a cool water species. They can be in really big schools out in the North Sea. The Risso dolphin, a bit less likely that we'll see this at this side. They are found quite a lot around Scotland's outer islands, so it is a possibility. And we had some very good sightings out of Newcastle this year. These are recognised by having a very flat, quite cute face. They also have extensive white scarring on them, and this increases as they get older. That's because they do it to each other, basically, in battles and social activities. They also have a very large, tall dorsal fin as well. And sometimes when you first see them, you think it's going to be an orca and get very excited. But a lovely, lovely dolphin to see. Did everyone know there were so many? Hope you've got a few hours. There's also the bottlenose dolphin, everyone's favourite, recognised from the Flipper films that I'm sure you all watched. This dolphin can go up to 4 meters. They're the ones that live offshore, the ones that we find living along our coastal areas. Some of them are resident at Cardigan Bay and the Murray Firth. They're slightly smaller, and the two groups don't really interbreed. So we could possibly see the coastal ones coming offshore this time of year, or we could see the offshore ones in big pods hunting out to sea. You recognise these by being uniformly grey, and if you get a look at their bellies, you will see this white. They very much leap out of the water very high and come back down again, unlike the commons, which kind of go porpoising along, really. They do some fantastic acrobatics. And of course, they're very, very intelligent animals. And that's why they've been used in aquariums, and they're also used in the military as well. But as they're intelligent, they're very socially intelligent as well. And they really shouldn't be kept in captivity because they live very interesting, intricate social lives, a lot more than mine, I think. This is the longfin pilot whale. This is another possibility. Looks a little bit different. Its dorsal fin is very close to the front of the body. Did you notice the others were in the middle? This one is very, very black and shiny, and it has a very flat-looking face again. And it has these, if you get to see it, it has these very long pectoral fins. And it's quite a chunky, big, actually, dolphin, even though it's called a pilot whale. All the big dolphins are just called whales, just to make them sound even more exciting. So it'd be really good to see these. They are very inquisitive animals, and they do what we call spy hopping. And that's basically when they come out of the water to have a good old look around. ORCA, or killer whale, where the charity ORCA organisation Cetacea gets its name. These are less likely to see. That's because there are not many of them. They are, of course, a top predator. Any top predator there's fewer of than a lot of other animals. They also range extensively. We have a group that live off the Orkneys or Hebrides, and they will range all the way from Newcastle to the west coast of Ireland. And when I'm in Newcastle, they're usually in the west coast of Ireland, and if I go to Ireland, they're usually in Newcastle. The way I know this is because we can recognise these animals by their dorsal fin, if there's any nicks or colorations or any marks on their back. And we actually have photo catalogues of these animals. We also have photo catalogues of minke whales and also bottlenose dolphins as well. So it'd be lovely to see these. If we see them, it's going to be quite obvious, particularly if there's a male there, and they're usually in family pods, because this dorsal fin here is up to 2 meters tall. So no problems with that one, I would imagine. Also, we have this lovely white eye patch here. The minke whale, this is the whale, true baleen whale that we're most likely to see. That's because it's found in shallow waters. And there is a big movement of these through the North Sea, going further north to where all their food is, or the plankton that I talked about is a little bit more concentrated up in cooler waters. But we've had fantastic sightings of these off the northeast coast recently, and some of them have actually been doing what we saw on the first picture, breaching out of the water very close to the ship. So it is a possibility. So fantastic to see, though. Usually what you see is this roll of this long, long body, then a dorsal fin, and then a little bit more roll. And that's how you can tell a whale than a dolphin, because you're kind of, it's rolling, oh, there's a fin, and a bit more rolling. It's big. These animals can be up to 10 meters, actually, in length. So we'll be looking out for those. The humpback whale, another raw core whale, as you can see from these fruit pleats here. But these have these lovely, great big, really long pectoral fins. And they're about a third of the body of the whale. And I don't know if you've seen the footage of them doing like little slaps on the water, probably for communication reasons. They also do fantastic singing. The males start a song at the beginning of the season. Other males come along, make a new song. They learn that one. And by the end of the season, they all have a new song that they're singing. And they do this to impress the females, a bit like whale karaoke, really. And they can communicate over huge distances, over whole oceans, if they use the deep sound channel, which the submarines use as well. And in fact, during the Cold War, we actually thought that the whale noises were the Russian submarines because we didn't know so much about this. But these days, more and more research is being done using sound rather than sight, because as you can imagine, at night and in rough sea conditions, it's a little bit harder to see these animals that live in the water. This is also recognized by having this little stubby dorsal fin here, and it also raises its flukes or tail out of the water when it dives. And we're able to identify individuals by the patterning on their flukes. Fin whales, second largest animal.